His fingers twisted into my hair before I could even process what was happening. My scalp screamed with pain as he yanked me forward, dragging me across the gravel driveway. Sharp stones sliced into my skin, but his laughter cut deeper than the wounds. "You block your sister's car again, and I'll throw you out for good," he snarled, pulling harder until my teeth clamped down on my tongue, the metallic taste of blood flooding my mouth. When we reached the trash cans, he kicked me straight into one. The lid slammed shut above me with a metallic clang. His words followed like poison. "Failures belong in the garbage." The world went still. Only his laughter remained. Then I heard my mother's cold, distant voice. "She's useless anyway. She has no future." They thought they had broken me. But that night, lying bruised and bleeding, I realized they had no idea what I was capable of. It hadn't always been this way. When I was a child, my father, Robert, used to carry me on his shoulders, cheering me on even when I messed up in school plays. My mother, Helen, would tuck me in, whispering, "One day you'll do something great." But over the years, their warmth curdled into contempt. My sister, Claire, was their golden child. Perfect grades, perfect charm, perfect smile. I became their scapegoat. Dinner turned into a firing squad. "Why can't you be more like her? What will you ever do with your life?" I thought it was disappointment. But it wasn't. It was cruelty. The first time I truly understood was when my father snatched my sketchbook, the only place where I felt alive, and tossed it into the fireplace. My mother just watched, silent, as the flames swallowed my dreams. That was the night I knew. They didn't want me to succeed. They wanted me erased. So I stopped crying. I started studying. While they called me a failure, I spent nights at the library, quietly learning law. While they laughed at my silence, I was documenting every bruise, every insult, every threat. Neighbors had seen. Teachers had asked questions. And that day, while being dragged into the trash, my phone in my pocket had recorded it all. Every word, every laugh, every cruelty. I didn't scream. I didn't fight back. Instead, I played the role they expected, the weak, broken daughter. While they smirked at their victory, I was building the case that would burn their entire kingdom down. Weeks later, with evidence stacked neatly in a folder, I walked into a lawyer's office. His name was Daniel Hayes, an old friend of my late grandfather. After I showed him everything, videos, photos, medical records, he leaned back in his chair and said only one thing: "Stay quiet. Let them believe they've won. It'll make the fall harder." So I endured. I let my mother sneer. I let my father mock me as trash. I let Claire look at me with pity. But inside I wasn't broken. I was sharpening. And then came Judgment Day. It was a quiet Sunday morning. My parents sat at the kitchen table sipping coffee, Claire scrolling through her phone. I walked in, not alone, but with Daniel Hayes by my side, briefcase in hand. My father frowned. "What's this?" Daniel's voice was steady. "Mr. and Mrs. Carter, you've been served." Confusion turned to shock as he began to read. Allegations of physical abuse, emotional neglect, hidden financial fraud traced back to my father's company. Every word sliced through the air like a blade. Then I placed my phone on the table and pressed play. My father's voice echoed through the kitchen. "Failures belong in the garbage." My mother's voice followed. "She has no future anyway." Claire froze. Her perfect world cracked in an instant. She had never heard the worst of it, until now. My father's face drained of color. "This is out of context." "No," I said calmly. "This is the truth. And soon the court will hear it too." The downfall was brutal and fast. Within weeks, my father's company stripped him of his position as CEO. Investors pulled out, shareholders panicked. My mother's friends abandoned her, whispers turning to disgust. The house became a prison of shame, neighbors peering from behind curtains. Reporters swarmed the street. And me. I didn't need to scream. I didn't need revenge served in rage. I let the truth do the work. Now I sit in the same kitchen where they once mocked me. But the silence here isn't cruel anymore. It's mine. My parents are gone, facing charges, lawsuits, disgrace. Claire, she chose to leave with me. And for the first time, she looked at me not as the useless sister, but as someone who had freed her too. Sometimes I replay his words in my mind. Failures belong in the garbage. But they don't sting anymore. They fuel me. Because what he threw away that day wasn't trash. It was a spark. And that spark burned his empire to the ground.